Alright, good morning. I get questions. I know there are a lot of questions out there online about sharpening a Simmons Broadhead. I'm going to demonstrate my technique and how I do it. Hope you enjoy. First thing we want to do, we get the package. They got a factory grind. The obviously not hunt ready. It's a decent edge, but it's got some rough grooves. Everybody has their own opinion on how to start. I take it. I couldn't find my round file, but I take a nice file or diamond steel and get that edge down. And then when I get it to where I want it smoothed out a little bit, I start on the wheelie sharpener. Dave sells these. Buy them; they're cheap. I carry a couple. One in my day pack. One in base camp. Super light, easy. Anyway, I take a section of shaft. It's got an insert in it. It's a shaft that I use. I've got them. I think this is a 165 that had the slot for bleeders. This one's been through a hog or a coyote, or I don't think a deer, but I think it was a coyote. Anyway, get that in and get started. And the first thing I like to do, just to see where I am. I'm not gonna have to take it down. It's pretty beat up, dulled up from dirt, but I don't have that factory edge to worry about. So once you get past that, I'm gonna reach in and grab a marker, big old fatty here, and I'm just gonna, you see a lot of guys doing this. I just recently started doing this, just for my own curiosity, but I get it nice and coated and let that dry just a second. And then need a little piece of leather. I think tools of the trade, decent filer steel. Sometimes in a pinch I've used that, but I'm kind of weaned off of this little carbide tip. I'm strictly with these two to kind of get started off a new pack, and then and the wheelie sharpener. Anyway, here's the trick I learned from a buddy of mine back in Oklahoma that kind of turned me on to these. Him and another friend of mine up in Ohio. Is I was doing I'm trying to get this right where you see it. People were just dragging them straight through, right? Well, with this curved edge, and I wouldn't have much luck there. I finally broke down and called my buddy and said, "Hey, what in the world are you doing?" He said, "A steep angle, really high angle." I gave it a try, and next thing I know, these things are hair popping sharp. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate. You see I'm banged up tip. I'm not really going to worry about that for this demonstration, but you see kind of my rough edge here, and it's markered black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in here, and I'm hoping you can see this real well. And I got a really high pitch on this. And I just get it in here, and I just drag it through, just like you'd expect. And you can feel, after you get a little bit used to it, you can feel the roughness. And what you're doing is you can apply pressure. I usually get a little aggressive at first, and you'll start to see shavings come off down here in the bottom, and they stick to the little wheel, and sometimes I'll give a little rotate. But like I said, get in here, consistency, try to keep that same angle, a little piece of arrow shaft to hold on to, and then as I feel it smoothing out, you can tell there's a difference. You'll start to feel it. I just kind of slightly back off a little bit. Now I was pressing pretty hard, and you can see metal shavings. I don't know if this will show, but I'll raise it up to the camera here in a second. But I'm really starting to feel that edge come back now. It's nice and easy, good pressure. I don't know if you can tell that I'm getting a pretty good amount of pressure. Then I'm slowly back her down. Got some good metal shavings coming off from those burrs. Nice and easy. Looks like it's knocked out most of my marker. Got a little bit of shavings on there, but I don't know if you can see those shavings on there or not, but they're there. It's knocked some clean off. And then what I like to do, test that. Boy, she's ain't got no drag at all. But before we get to the shaving part, what I do, I'll take a piece of leather, just a scrap. I think I paid $1 for this. I'll fold it. I mean, we're dealing with this curved edge, and you can see where I've worked it here previously. just curve it up, fold it, I mean, get that curve. And then a buddy in Ohio told me, same thing when he does his file work. He does a count, 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, and then he flips it over, does the same amount. You can drag the broadhead. A lot of guys like when you strop, but for whatever reason, I like this because I feel like I can feel that edge or any burrs coming up. I'm hoping you can see this well. And like I feel one right in there. I'm gonna get those, and I'll give this a few more. I feel like she's coming around. I can feel it, a little bit of bite into that leather. She's getting really smooth. Like I said, this has been through an animal. And that's another thing that might loosen up. And some dirt. The tip's bent, or was, not bent, but just nicked. That's feeling pretty good. I'm curious to see what this does. I just shaved her off pretty quick. Yeah, so I do a fingernail drag. That will not drag. I get over here. Yeah, see how we're dragging? It's not want to drag. Let's just see. I wonder if you can see this. Yeah, that ain't bad. There you go, fellas. I don't know if you can see that, but I can shave her on down if you need me to. Anyway, hope that was helpful. Get the wheelie sharpener. They're cheap. Get a couple of them. Call Dave. Experiment. Like I said, most guys are just dragging it straight through. I learned from a couple of my buddies. Get that steep angle. You'll feel it once you get past that factory grind and you're dragging through. You can actually feel, and then you can see it's just smooth. That marker helped. You notice that markers are gone, so it's got a great bevel. And then get your leather. I always recommend, just like with the knives, always strop it, and you can do like this. I just prefer the other way. I feel like I get a better feel. And anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time.